So for this week, we are going to work on overloaded operators. So the idea behind overloaded operators is that you can take an object and perform arithmetic on it without accessing the properties. So you can take like object one and add it to object two. Okay? And then behind the scenes, the overloaded operator methods then access the properties and do the arithmetic for you. So the web reading does cover overloaded operators. And I also included architectural patterns. The first article is one that I put together for you, kind of in a nutshell what they are. And then the second one is basically taken from an existing website, so you can read through that as well. And the reason we're reading through architectural patterns is because it is something we cover in this course, and you have a discussion on it. The lecture demo this week is fairly light. So that is why we are also looking at these patterns. So for the discussion, this is actually meeting one of our outcomes for the course. It addresses how to identify quality code that affects our daily experience and interaction with technology. Part of identifying quality code is knowing what these patterns are and recognizing them. Okay? So those two readings that I just referred to, I put in here as well, because it is important that you read them or you are going to have a really rough time trying to complete this discussion. So you need to research one of the architectural patterns that you're interested in. Okay. And like I said, this one that I wrote is very brief. I didn't go into a lot of detail on these patterns, but I do give you an idea of what what they're all about without going into great detail, because the detail part is what you need to do for the discussion. Okay, so find either an architectural design pattern or a software design pattern you're interested in. You should use a couple different sources. ChatGPT can be a source. Okay. And summarize your research in one or two paragraphs. And in that summary, explain what the advantages of the design pattern are and how to use it to produce better quality code. And then I want you to provide an example of how the pattern is used in real life. And that is where ChatGPT can probably help you out. It could also maybe help you come up with some advantages if you are short on a list of advantages. Okay. And then I want you to cite the sources that you used. So ChatGPT can be one source, but you need to use another source as well. Right? And then you're going to read your classmates' posts and reply to at least two of them. Okay? And so I did not provide an example because I wrote this entire article for you. So I think I did enough for this particular discussion. So here I go through all the design patterns. There's three different categories. So I go through some of the different patterns in each category, and I'm providing examples for every single one of them. Okay, so read through that article. I think that'll help you determine, which one you are interested in learning more about. And once you finish that, then you can do the lecture on operator overloading, which does have video that you can watch and lots of examples. And it's fairly short. And then the assignment itself only has two exercises. The understanding check does include questions from the design pattern readings. Okay. And it's like all the other ones, unlimited number of times, open book, open note, and every attempt builds on on the previous. For the lab assignment, like I said, you only have two exercises. The first one, I'm giving you the majority of the code, and you really only have to add the overloaded methods and the code that uses the methods. You will see a link to instructions. And in the instructions, I actually go through and do a couple of these for you so you know what you're supposed to do. Then down here, you're going to do your own overloaded program. And these are your requirements. And I did provide an example of one that I did that meets those requirements. Okay, and so that is the assignment. And this is our last assignment before spring break. So I hope you guys all have an awesome break. And let me know if you have any questions or run into problems.